Okay, here's a good question. It says find the vertex and axis of symmetry and the rest of the stuff. Okay, so my function is this.
No, I mean, I'll do that just to save him a little.
And you could graph that in decimals and it'll come out, but we'll graph it here in a second. So you could do it by completing the square. To complete the square, you'd factor a negative out of this. I didn't show it in class, but I can show you here. And that changed to a plus x. And then when you complete the square, 8 divided 2 is 4 squared is 16. So I need to add a 16 here. Then what I added there was actually a negative 16 because that negative out front. So I'm going to add 16 out on this side. So that'll give me negative, and if I factor that, it'll be 2x plus 4s minus 5. And then if I write both of those together, like that. So the vertex comes out to a negative 4, right? You have to change the sign. And a negative 5. So there it is. Axis of symmetry, done, perfect. So it also, because of this minus, the parabola is upside down. And so it has a maximum value. Now to graph that in mylabs is a little tricky. And one of the things you have to do is to get another point. So you're going to use this point for your vertex. So the vertex minus 4 minus 5, you'll use that. But you need one other point. So the other point, what you can do is just find the value of the function and plug in anything you want for x. What I'm going to do is just going to plug a number that's close to negative 4 for x. So let's try negative 3. So going back to the original function, I'll put a negative and then negative 3 squared minus 8 times the negative 3 minus 21. So negative 3 squared is 9, so this would be minus 9. Minus 8 times minus 3 is a positive 24. Minus 21. So minus 9 plus 24, I think, is 15. And 15 take away 21 turns out to be a minus 6. So another point that you get from that is a minus 3 and a minus 6. It's not the vertex. So the vertex is there. That would be my minus 4, minus 5. But minus 3, minus 6 is a point right there. And so I can plot that in mylabs. Let me try and record a video of that showing you how to do that. Okay, I need to graph this function. No, I'm making a video, Joe. And you're...
I just ruined it?
And now you're on the video. No, I'm only a one-take guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I need to graph this function. Hopefully this recording will work. So my vertex is minus 3, 6, so I can graph that, but I need an extra point. So this is different than the other question I was working on. So vertex minus 3, 6. So I'm going to say what would happen if my x value is minus 2. So if I plug a minus 2 in, that would be a negative 4 plus 12 is 8, take away 3 is 5. So if I plug in a negative 2, I get a 5. Okay, I got to remember those points. All right, so let's graph this thing. So I hit the, what was it, negative 2 and 5, right? I hit the parabola, and then my vertex is negative 3 and 6. So that's the point right there. Oh, negative 3 and 6, right? Oh, negative 4 and 6, negative 3, 6 right there. So there's a point. Oh, I've got 2 points on there. No, let's clear things. So graph that. Minus 3 and 6 is this point right there. Okay? And then I have to click on that other point. And the other point was minus 2 and 5. So minus 2 and 5 right there. Good. Notice it gives me a parabola. And I think that one's correct. Let me hit save and we'll see if it's right. Hit save and then check answer. Sure enough, it's right. So before you go to the graphing tool, you want to make sure that you capture or figure out another point in addition to the vertex. Have that handy and use the vertex and your additional point to define that parabola when you're graphing.